So hello, everyone. My name is Louise Fetu. I am our Family and Community Engagement Coordinator here with Kent City Schools Districts. Thank you, families, for joining us. We have the pleasure of having Portage County Job and Family Services, OhioMeansJobs Division, John Vodila, the supervisor over PRC programming, and much, much more. But today, we're happy to have him talk about the PRC Back to School Clothing Voucher Program, and then a couple of support services that might benefit you or some other families that you might know. So without further ado, John, please take it away.
Well, thank you very much. Welcome, everybody. I'm very honored to be able to give you this presentation today. We can just get started then if everybody's ready to go. Let's talk about the back to school vouchers that we give out every year. So like the slide says, objects in mirror are closer than they appear. Kent City School starts on August 16th, which of course my daughter is unhappy about because she does attend Roosevelt. But that's coming up pretty quickly. So we wanted to get a jump this year on the back to school vouchers. I mean, who can't use a little bit of help getting some clothes for their kids, clothes and shoes? And that's what this is all about. So the back to school voucher was started quite a few years ago. And what it is a voucher that we provide you, which can be used like money at a couple of various stores. It's $125 this year per eligible child, and that can be used for clothes and shoes for the upcoming year, excuse me. We'll start accepting applications on the 26th of June. So that's 20 days from now. It's coming up pretty quickly. We are, I noticed, receiving some applications now, but they are last year's applications, and unfortunately, we can't use those. So if you did turn in an application already, just be advised that we're going to need a new one from you starting on the 26th. And we'll be accepting those applications all the way through August 4th. Where can you get them? That's something that everybody always asks. Well, the Portage County official website, if you go to the Job and Family Services section of that, you can get it there. Downloadable. It's even fillable right from your screen. You can also come to the administration building at 449 South Meridian Street here in Ravenna on the second floor at the giant glass, we call it the fishbowl. That's where our receptionist sits. They can also give you an application, or come and see me at OhioMeansJobs, 253 South Chestnut in Ravenna. We have a lot of them stacked up at the front desk because we're anticipating quite a lot of people are going to want to be involved in this year. And who can have it? Well, Portage County residents with children who are registered for school for the upcoming school year. That's kindergarten through 12th grade. And those children are in receipt of SNAP, which is food stamps, or cash benefits. The application is fairly simple, as you can see. It's a one-page application, not one of those monster 11-pagers that I know Job and Family Services has. The top portion, that's your contact information. So we do advise that be done very legibly, because if there's any discrepancy on any of the information below, we need to be able to get in touch with you. But as you can see, it's name, address, social, telephone number, date of birth, that sort of thing. The second area on the application is just everybody in your house. Even if that person is not eligible for a voucher, we do require that you list everyone that is in your household in that area there. The third place that you can see on here is that's where you get to choose which store you want to shop at. It could be Burlington in Cuyahoga Falls, or it can be Gabe's here in Kent. Either one accepts these vouchers, but you do have to choose before, or excuse me, you do have to choose on the application itself. So we need to know before we get it, because the vouchers are specific to an individual family and to an individual store. The smaller box that you see on the screen is for all the children that are eligible. That means that they are receiving SNAP or TANF at the time of application, and that they are registered to start kindergarten or all the way through 12th grade in their school system for this upcoming year. Unfortunately, we can't give vouchers for preschool, even though I know the importance of that. But that's not how the program was designed. So unfortunately, we can't help you there. But for all the other ones, absolutely. Then obligatory here, but if you're not registered to vote or you'd like to update your registry, you can just click yes in that box. If we don't answer that, we're going to assume that's a no. But if you do answer yes, then we'll send all the information that you need to get yourself updated and registered. And finally, at the bottom is an area for email and then a signature and date. It's fairly simplistic, one page, and hopefully that makes it that much more appealing to everybody. We want as many people as possible to apply for this.
Hey, John, I have a quick question. If I have
Sure.
somebody in my household that's not like a direct member of my family, should I still list them on the application?
Yes, absolutely. If they are not, as long as they're receiving either food stamps or cash assistance, then yes, absolutely. Because if they're in your household, they're living in Portage, and that makes them eligible.
Okay, thank you. If anybody else has a question, you can raise your hand and I can call on you. You can throw your question in the chat, or you can just feel free to unmute yourself and ask John as he goes along. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. This is extremely informal here. Blurt it out, and I'll try to answer as best I can. On your screen are the two locations that you can use your vouchers at. The first, of course, is Gabe's at 1830 East Main Street in Kent, and then Burlington at 510 Howe Avenue in Cuyahoga Falls behind the old Chapel Hill Mall. It's fairly easy procedure. You walk in, you choose the clothes that you want. When you get to the register, you give them the voucher. Now you'll have to pay any difference if you go over the amount, but the voucher is good for $125 per child. Whatever you choose, you'll have to use it all at one time. So say you have 3 kids and what does that work out to? $375 voucher. So you go to Burlington, you walk in, you're going to have to pick $375 worth of clothes at that time because they're not going to give you change for anything that you don't use. And it's not like a debit card where they'll take money off and you can use it later. So it's a one-shot deal, but they also don't charge tax for you. So you can get a lot more for your money. Oh, wait, there's more. Don't you love that? What was that? Billy, whatever his name was that awesome? Yeah, I like that guy. He was neat. Yeah. Anyway, back to school is only one of the many PRC programs we offer here in Portage County. PRC stands for Prevention, Retention, and Contingency. It's designed for those disasters, we'll call them, that can pop up and just really wreck your. If you're living paycheck to paycheck like I am, and then suddenly the car requires $2,000 in repairs, that can be tough to meet. However, PRC is here for just those type of occurrences. So what is it? Well, the prevention portion of it's designed to help families with short-term assistance when crises arise. So be like basic needs, we can give you up to $500 for pretty much whatever. Home extermination, legal services, there's a lot of things that we can do. Retention portion of it is we want people to keep their jobs. And if, for example, your car breaks down and you're not able to get to work, you got to let us know. We can help out there. We also have an employment incentive program, which as long as you stay employed, we can give you $500 on a semi-monthly basis for 3 payments. So, and then finally, contingency. Anything that threatens the health, safety, or well-being of your family, like domestic violence, unfortunately, or emergency home repairs, like a tree fell on the house, that sort of thing, or even housing assistance. We can help out in all of these areas. The eligibility requirements are very much like the eligibility requirements for the back to school voucher. However, you don't have to be on SNAP or cash assistance in order to qualify. All you have to have is a total household gross income of 200% of the federal poverty level or less. And people sometimes don't realize that that's actually a fairly significant amount. For example, as you can see on the chart on the screen, if you have an assistance group size of 4, so 4 people in your family, you can see that you can make up to $55,500 a year and still qualify. Depending on what you apply for, there may also be other requirements. For example, a couple of the programs you can only apply for once in your life. Others, you can apply once every 6 months or once every year. And we keep track of all that too. So if you're unsure and you want to apply again for something, that's fine. We more than encourage you to do so. We'll let you know if there's any hiccups as far as the application goes. Now, these are the services that we offer through PRC. And as you can tell, they're extensive. academic support, adult education. You ever wanted to take that welding job or welding class over at Maplewood? Knock yourself out. We can help you out there. Of course, our back to school program, which was the whole reason for this little get together today. Basic needs, I told you about that. It could be up to $500 for pretty much whatever, which is kind of neat. There are some child protective services programs and some child support programs. Clothing vouchers, it doesn't have to be just the back to school program. We also have regular clothing vouchers, sometimes up to $250 per child. Unfortunately, I wish we didn't need this, but we do have domestic violence services. We can help with your child's driver's education fees. Those are getting higher and higher. I think $400 was the last time I heard a quote. And strangely enough, that program covers $400 worth of driver's ed. So I don't know who, I mean, that can help anybody. Education proficiency, if a child is having difficulty, maybe we can help out there. What else we got? Employment expenses. Steel-toed boots, for example, can be very expensive. We can help out with that. Tools that you need, like, for example, if you're a welder and you need your own welding equipment, we can help with that too. Family disasters, like that tree I talked about slamming down into the roof. And I only bring that up because I have a dead tree in my yard and it's making me very nervous. Home extermination is another thing. Home repairs, housing assistance, legal services. A lot of people don't realize that. We will refer you right to legal aid, and there is like many programs that they offer. So if you need help with anything legal, let us know, and we will make sure you get that referral in there. There's a summer youth employment program. We can help with transportation. Oftentimes, people might need bus passes or gas cards or in order to keep their job, and we're there for you. And then probably the biggest one we do is utility assistance. You know, you have something pop up like that car repair, and the first thing you think of is how long can I put off paying the electric bill? And sometimes that can get out of hand. If you do get that shutoff notice, we can help. Not only do we stop the shutoff, but we can often pay all of the back owed money that is required to keep your electric on or your gas. Unfortunately, I know many people are thinking it, but streaming services and cable are not considered utilities, so I can't help you there. Now, the application for PRC is also a single page. And strangely enough, you can get those applications at the same place you can get the back to school applications. So it'll be the OhioMeansJobs Center here where I am. Come on in. I have coffee brewing if you'd like some. The second floor lobby of the Job and Family Services building, or online at the Portage County website. Just go to JFS applications and forms, just like for the back to school, and it's right there ready to go. Or you can just call 330-296-2841. That direct number goes to our employee, Noreen, who is the PRC guru of Ohio. She's amazing, and she'd be happy to help you out. As you can see, this is very similar to the application for back to school. Just asks for your contact information, for everyone that lives in your household and how much they make. Now, this is important this time because it doesn't matter if you're on SNAP or TANF. What matters here is that you make 200% of the federal poverty level or less. We ask if anyone's pregnant in the household. That does have a bearing. And then you can see all the different categories of assistance that we offer. I went over a bunch of them, and if you're unsure if we cover something, call. Oftentimes the name of the program is a little difficult to understand. And so we might actually cover something that you don't think we do, and we can help you out. So, and also, again, there's that obligatory, if you're not registered to vote, ... So again, if you don't answer that, we'll just assume it's a no. But if you put a check in the yes, then we will get you that information as quickly as we can. And that's really it. PRC is designed to help anybody and everybody. Now, it is income-based, of course, but you know, we're here to help and we want to help. So reach out to us, turn in that application, especially for back to school. Don't forget, June 26th is the first day. So make sure that you turn it in as early as possible so we can get you your vouchers as early as possible so that your kids are set and ready to go with their brand new kicks and new jeans. So there you go. Does anyone have any questions for me today?
Thank you so much, Sean. Wow, what great information. So today I'll be sure I send out to everybody who registered for today's webinar. I'll be sure to send out a follow-up email with all of the links to all of the great things that John was going over today. I am going to end our recording, but that doesn't mean we're done yet. So if you have any questions, feel free to unmute yourself, pop them in the chat, or raise your hand with the link and we can go ahead and answer those. So right now I'm just going to stop the recording just so we can get it uploaded, but please feel free to go ahead with your questions.